Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, as you can see, I'm not in Costa Rica anymore. I made it safely to the States, had an easy travel day yesterday, stayed hydrated, took some fruit with me, wasn't very crowded. I think it's the calm before the storm. I think all the holiday travel, I imagine by this weekend, from this weekend on, it'll probably be busy throughout the rest of the holidays. So I timed it pretty good and got in at a reasonable time yesterday. I got to my mom's house about 5 in the evening. And she had me, well, she's got me, my mom's getting better. I've got bananas this time. I had bananas when I came here. I had about 15 in the freezer that I had put there when I left. And my mom's getting, she got the person that shops for her to get some ahead of time. And they're right. So I started out, I've got about 30 bananas here at the house. And then I did, of course, what am I going to do? I went out. I was up way early this morning, so I went out early, went a couple of places, did some shopping, got a bunch of bananas, got a lot of bananas now, some ripening to do, some citrus. I've got some good looking grapefruit, some pink grapefruit. Let me show you those. That's really worth seeing. These grapefruit look like they're going to be really good. I got 4 of these. I forget how much they were. I can't remember if these or if it was the oranges. These were either 2 for $1 or 69 cents a piece or something like that. But like I say, I got 4 of these and they look, I'm sure they're the pink grapefruit and they look really nice. And I got some of these little satsumas. And I think I'm going to go back tomorrow. They've got some, it's the holidays. Florida's really, that's the time of the year for their citrus. So I think I'm going to go back and get a box of oranges. They're selling boxes of oranges there. So I'm stocked up. I've got a good start. I've got plenty of bananas. Need to do some ripening. But all in all, yeah, very first good day. I'm ready to go. I've got plenty of food to get me started. And I'll continually, now that I've bought bananas, I'll buy bananas probably every day. I'm looking at my stash over there. But anyhow, I just wanted to talk about 5 tips for raw vegan success today. I was thinking about that on the plane when I was flying yesterday and put together a few notes and, like I say, tips that might help you along the way. The number one tip on the lifestyle, in my opinion, is being prepared. And being prepared and having plenty of food around the house, plenty of fruit, plenty of whole, fresh plant foods. Fruits, vegetables, keep plenty of stuff around the house. It's a no-brainer. It's kind of like if all you've got is good stuff there and there's no bad stuff and you get hungry, you eat the good stuff. And you crowd out the bad stuff, but you have to keep food around the house all the time. You got to be careful with that because especially in the beginning on this lifestyle, you still have the cravings, you still have the taste for a lot of those foods, and it's a lot harder for you to resist, especially in the beginning. But even down the road, people have problems with it. So the easiest solution for that is just to, just to keep good food around the house. Plenty of fruit all the time. I mean, I don't have problems with like having temptations and cravings anymore, but I've got food, I've got good stuff around the house all the time. I mean, and all over the house. I put my fruit everywhere so I can reach and pick up stuff. And be prepared. You need preparation as far as having a plan too. I'm always talking about that and I'm always going to talk about that. You need to have a battle plan. You need to know, how you're going to progress on this. You need to know how you're going to transition. And, when you have a plan, you have a lot more chance for success than when you're just kind of willy-nilly waking up okay, what am I going to do today? Is there food in the house? Blah, blah, blah. And also keeping that food journal. That to me, that all falls under preparation, having plenty of good options in the house, having a plan, and having a food journal. And the food journal and the plan go hand in hand in the preparation. And you make a plan, you follow it. If you mess up, if something's not working, let's say you've been doing this, you're not losing weight, you're gaining weight, you write down everything you eat, you go back in there, and you're able, you can troubleshoot like that. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. It's in black and white. The second tip is being educated on this lifestyle and having a broad education. Now, what I mean by that is not like finding one person that you like on YouTube or finding one book or finding one system or one person in general and just like adhering to that, especially without hearing other, views on things. So I would say get a varied education in this lifestyle. I was talking to a group of mine this morning And I was just saying, there's so many resources out there, and you can get the basics, and you don't have to have people. It's like the news. I watch the news, but because I can filter, but I don't need people telling me I want facts. Just tell me the facts, and I'll process it and decide what I think. So, you read, instead of having a YouTuber's opinion on some of the heavy stuff, some of the real science, some of the basics of this lifestyle, go to the experts. Read the China study, read Whole, read 80-10-10. I'm really enjoying that. I read it on the plane yesterday. There's a lot of good information in there. The Miracle Detox Diet book by Robert Morse. That was one of the first ones I had. And various videos. I mean, whether even if you're raw, you don't have to do not stick to only watching raw vegan YouTubers, or reading just things from the raw vegan perspective. You're missing out. Dr. Greger, another great resource. But understand the basics about the science, because even though I tell you that I don't retain things, and I can't sit here and give explanations and talk the science a lot, I understand it, and it makes sense, and I've just moved on from it. It makes sense, and it's working for me. So educate yourself. Patience. No. I mean, with the patience thing, it's just like people are jumping around all the time, and if they don't get results, it's like, I want to lose the weight, and they plan a course of action. They don't lose all the weight they want in 3 or 4 weeks. Well, they're changing, and they're moving on, and they're adjusting, and they're doing this and that. Now, it's good to adjust, and it's good to tweak how you're eating, but you got to give this stuff time. You can't listen. Whether you're losing weight, or whether you have health issues or whatever, you didn't get in that condition in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You probably didn't get in that condition in 6 months or a year. You've accumulated. That's been a cumulative process, and you're not going to do it overnight. So you have to have patience. You have to give the lifestyle time to work. I would just say go back to step number 2, lock into the education, do the lifestyle, and don't give a damn about the weight loss or any of the results. Just do the process. Work your way through it. Support. You got to have support. And with the internet these days, most of us don't have support in our day-to-day life. Or I shouldn't say most of us. I don't know all of you, but from what I hear, from what people make comments, from what people are talking about in groups, a lot of people that we're talking to on the internet, we're only talking to people on the internet. We don't have people in our day-to-day life to do that. So you have to go to that resource, and finding groups, Facebook groups, or forums or whatever. Just find the one that resonates with you, or find people. Even through social media, you can find people that you chat with on Messenger or whatever. But you got to have some peeps out there that give you support. And it's always good to have somebody that's a little bit more sturdy in this lifestyle than you are, because then, it's kind of like, what am I trying to say? It's not like having a sponsor in a 12-step program or something, but it's just having somebody that knows that has a little bit more experience in the lifestyle than you. They can pass along tips. They can you can relate to them because they've been through a lot of that stuff. But it's also important to have people that are where you are, so you can, kind of work through this thing together and talk about the problems you're having, and, just interacting can solve a lot of the issues that people have on this lifestyle. And the last one I would say is, and this doesn't work for everybody for some reason, because some people they just don't have that same kind of mentality that I have, is accountability. Make yourself accountable. Now, my first instinct is to say, tell somebody, make a bold statement and tell somebody you're going to do it. Hell, start a YouTube channel. Do videos, and tell your watchers some big stuff like, I'm going to do this. Now, the reason I said that ain't going to work for everybody is not everybody has the same mentality. I do have that mentality. I'm the kind of person, like, if I say I'm going to do something, well, there's certain areas where I don't. Like, I am a procrastinator, and sometimes I don't get around to things. It could be like okay, if I tell you, hey, you guys, I'm going to this place in Costa Rica, I'm going to chill out for a while. It may not happen. But if I tell you I'm going to eat like this for 30 days, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, where it comes to that, I feel like, uh-oh, now I've committed myself. And I've used that in my videos, especially in the earlier days. In the earlier days with my channel, um, I was using the people watching me just as much as they were using me for whatever information I had or whatever. Um, and it definitely worked for me. That works for me. I don't know, it's kind of like a little personal thing. It's kind of embarrassing to say you're going to do something and then fall, or at least not give it your best effort. We all fail. I mean, there's no shame in making mistakes or slipping up, but you tend to not you tend to really work it hard not to slip when you've made yourself accountable and declared to somebody, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. So anyhow, just some random tips there. I hope those might be able to help somebody. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll hit that subscribe button, and I hope you're having a good week. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. Everything's kind of wonky right now because I shot a bunch of videos, 3 or 4 videos before I left Costa Rica, so probably going to let those progress. So by the time you've seen this video, I've been here for 4 or 5 days, and I'm going to do 3 weeks worth of videos, so you'll see more of Alabama. See you guys. Peace.